Now with this project, I was trying to figure out what to do with it. I had cut out a little cutting board to put this on. This is the sunflower mold that I got off of Amazon. It was like $18.99 or something like that, and it worked nice, and it has the ridges on it, and I really like it. But I tried it out. I showed it in my haul, and then I showed where I had made one in that same video. It was this. The only thing I went back and done a little different is I had this straight one, and I wanted a little more curve, so I took a piece and put in there, and there's a hair, Kit Kat, and kind of formed it where it would fit right there. And I was trying to figure out which size board I wanted on. At first I had it on this one. I went out to the garage and found a larger piece, or cut me down a little larger piece and sanded it. I want the little taller, and I'm going to start working on this now. I'll set this aside. I'll paint all this flower here. I won't do it on the wood. So right now I have some Waverly antiquing wax that I've mixed black in. And I want gloves because that is dark. I always try to remember to put them on, but I don't always. All right, I've added this black to this brown Waverly wax and kind of watered it some where it's darker. I could use some more water. Guess it's a while since I've used it. I'm just going to cover this whole thing, top, bottom, sides, with this and let it dry, and then I'll come back when I start on my flower and I'll show you what I'm using for it. And I did want to show that I am wiping this back so some of the wood grain shows better. It's dark, but yet the wood grain shows. All right, to start with, I'm going to paint the inside of this black. And then the yellow I am going to use for the sunflower is Vintage Mustard by Folk Art. And then the green I will use Mossy Meadow by Folk Art. And I'm going to start with the inside. Oh, that's dry. The inside of the flower. And I will go back and, you know, dry brush and wax and all that. But right now, I'm going to give the black, or paint the black on the inside. And then I'll come back and show how the yellow looks going on a little bit. It's going to take a little time because it's intricate. I've got to get around the petals, and it has plenty of texture on it. I've got to get down into the texture. I'm going to take my time painting this. Okay, I have that painted black. Now I'm going to paint my yellow. And I did, if you see little pencil marks, I went in and marked where it's going to be green so I wouldn't accidentally paint it, because I will do that. And this is the Vintage Mustard by Folk Art. And I'll just go around and paint all my petals very carefully. I had to get out a really small brush to get back in corners on the black. But if I get out a line or something, I think the waxing at the end and the finishing touches you put on it will fix that. Like, you know, like if there's a little part that looks white still that I missed, the wax will take care of that. And you know what I did? No, I didn't. I was going to say, I almost did it. Okay, I'm at the point, I'm talking, and I'm going to end up painting my leaves in, even with them marked. So, I'm going to stop the video and finish painting this and try to make sure I don't paint my leaves. Now I'm going to use the Mossy Meadow. And believe it or not, I did not paint one leaf. There for a minute, this one I thought was, and I was painting it, but I got to looking, no, that's a leaf, or that's a sunflower petal. So this is what I'm going to do now. Just sit and get all this filled in. And I went over with a little bit of yellow in the middle of the flower so it wouldn't be so black, but I wiped it back. I'm going to finish this up now. Now that I have them all painted, I've got my Jolie brown wax out. And I am just going to start coating it really good. I didn't put a clear wax over it, so we'll see. I done a little bit on that green, it worked, but I don't know. We'll see. If it doesn't work, I can get the clear wax. If it gets too dark, I can get the clear wax and wipe it back. I want to get it down in the crevices really good. I'm going to get up on the sides. Okay, I think I've got it really good. Oh, gotta get down in there. Most definitely down in there. I see some white right there. Now I'm going to wipe it back. That turned out pretty. I like that. I think that's wiped back enough. All right, now here's my leaf. Making sure I'm getting the edges. Just gonna mainly wipe the top and leave the edges. I'll just pat them. I like that. And now for my other last little bud. Now I'm going to wipe it back. All right, that's good enough. I think I need to get some down in the crevices of that a little more. And just barely wipe the top. There, I like that. Okay, now all I have to do is get my glue and figure out where I want to position it on my board. And glue it down. I just wanted to do something. I didn't want to waste the flower that I made the other day, or to see how it turned out. So I just got me a piece of wood for it to go on. Of course, I had a cutting board and a frame out too, and I went with this. Just something simple, be tucked anywhere. All right, I'm going to finish it up. Thought I'd come back and show you. I'm just putting this on with some Titebond wood glue. I have ordered some Titebond, what is it, the Quick Hold? But I don't have it right now. I've been wanting some of it, so I went ahead and ordered me some. I'll put a little bit right there because it's going to be up against the flower. I've already glued the flower down. Oh. And get that glue off of there. Best I can anyway. Okay, I think I want that about right there. All right, I'm going to finish it up. Okay, y'all let me know if you'd add anything else to this and what it would be. Because so far I'm just leaving it like this, but let me know what you think. Here's what I'm working on now. This is a board that I painted for my front porch, and I had it hanging on my wagon wheel. And I'm going to turn it over, and I'm going to make one for fall. So I think I'm going to paint this a dark orange, and I think put Harvest Blessings on there. We'll see. It may not be, maybe too long to get, I mean, I can get that on there, but really going to have to stretch my words out, I think. Now, I have my sign cut out now, and I'm using cinnamon stick for this. It was out here, and I wanted kind of a deep orange, so that's what I'm going to use. I'm not going for full coverage. It's going to feather out to the edges. And then once I get this painted and this dries very well, I'll put my stencil down and stencil it on. I won't be able to spray paint it like I did this other one. I might have some white. I do have white. I might do that. Like I said, this, well, in my other video on another sign, the wood is rough and it's hard to keep it from bleeding. Well, I'm going to keep covering this, and then I'll be back to put the sign on when this is dry. All right, it finished drying, and I took it out to the garage and I sanded it back a little bit. And now I am going to take this stencil that I made. It's long. And try to get it down on here where I want it. Oh, it's already sticking. Oh, no, 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 no. I'm going to have to stand up. Yeah. I'm going to have to start down here. And when I come back, it'll be on there. This doesn't seem so rough, and I can't get in the cracks. So I am going to go ahead and use a makeup brush and just pounce this on and just try to make sure each letter I push down real good, so I don't have bleeding underneath it, and go lightly. And go over it 2 or 3 times if it takes that. But it's going to take me a bit because this is a pretty large sign. So this is what I'm going to be doing for a while. I have this finished, and I took it out to the garage and I distressed it with my sander. And I did get out a couple of my rusty stars, my metal rusty stars, and they were only about that big. And I thought, well, I have some wood ones, so I think I'll try that. So I'm going to show you what I'm going to try. I had these 2 wood stars, so I put the Dixie Belle patina iron on them, and I've let that dry. Actually did it before I went to bed last night, and I'm up now. It's sitting like it's supposed to, and dried really well. And this brush does not want to bend any. And I'm going to give another coat. Put a coat of this patina on there, or the iron paint. And that one. And on this one. I'm about out of it. It's at the bottom, and my spray is gone. Just all but gone. So I'm going to have to get me some more. And my bottles, they worked one time, my spray bottles. And I even took the spray part out of them and rinsed them out. And they still wouldn't work. So I don't care for their spray bottle. Or that iron really does something to a bottle. I can tell you that. Or this does. Oh, not that. This. I had to put it in another little bottle. I mean, that's how all I have left. So I'm hoping this sprays. Yep, it is. It's spraying. Once I get done here, I'll take this and rinse that out and stick it back in the old bottle because I have the cap still on it. Now, I'm going to let that dry and see how it turns out. And see if I'm going to put one on each end of my sign. Okay, I took some of the patina spray blue and with this spatula and just tapped them in the corners. Just not very much. As you can see, one there, a little there, there, and there. Just to give it a little something else. We'll see how that turns out.